Regalos for Jamie.
What's wrong?
Where's Jamie? Antonio's custody was revoked by the courts today. RJ is Jamie's sole guardian now. Proud of yourself?
Now, don't start with me.
RJ Gannon is a beast. That man can't have custody of that poor little baby.
Mommy, slow down.
Please, don't let it...
Listen, Antonio's lawyer, Mr. McGovern, we already called him, and he already filed for an appeal, so it's...
Jess, is there anything that we can do?
No, not right now. Antonio has to go to his preliminary hearing, and we just have to take one thing at a time.
Chris, stay with Mommy, okay? I don't want her anywhere near that courtroom.
You got it.
Thanks. Mommy? Por favor? Everything's gonna work out. Okay, I'm gonna be found innocent. And then I'm gonna get Jamie back. It'll be okay. You just gotta have faith.
Swear to me. Swear that you'll go free.
I swear.
You, know what you have to say, right?
Superior Court of Lantano County is now in session. The Honorable Denise Shriver presiding.
Be seated.
Mr. Colson, Ms. Williamson.
Good afternoon, Your Honor.
Ms. Williamson, have you instructed your client that this is a preliminary hearing, that only prosecution witnesses will be called, and that you may only cross-examine them?
I have, Your Honor, and he understands.
Good. Mr. Colson?
Thank you, Your Honor. Today, I intend to present evidence to convince this court that Carrie Reynolds was murdered. She did not accidentally fall off her hotel balcony. She did not jump. She was callously and maliciously pushed to her death by Antonio Vega. In order to achieve justice, the prosecution will prove that a man, this man, desperate to have custody of his child, acted ruthlessly, with premeditation, and murdered that child's mother. For that crime, the Commonwealth will ask for a charge of murder in the first degree.
I recognized Antonio's voice. I was walking down the hall, and he was inside the room that I was passing by. The door was closed.
Could you tell us what he was saying?
Yeah. I heard him say, "You'll regret it, Carrie."
Yes, we had several calls complaining that there had been noise coming from the room.
A noise.
Shouting.
I need you to be really specific here, Miss Devine. Did the callers identify which room the shouting was coming from?
From Carrie Reynolds' room.
Yeah, it was getting kind of loud. Me and the wife both commented on it. Then I called down to the front desk. The guy was definitely threatening somebody named Kerry.
Yes, 911. I need the police. Someone's trying to break into my hotel room. 4th floor, Palace Hotel. Please, I need help.
Then Carrie lost control of the car and we crashed. I got out and checked under the hood, and later, when the commissioner arrived, he looked under the hood too. The brakes had been cut.
Yeah, it was about a month ago. This guy comes to me and says he wants me to show him how to fix the brake lines on these newer model sedans. He gave me $20, so I took him over to the hoist and showed him where the brake lines were.
And is that man in this room right now?
He's sitting at that table there.
That's a lie. I've never seen this guy in my life.
Order! We'll have order here!
You didn't even think to make a note of this mysterious visit from someone who wanted such suspicious information?
Hey, I'm a live and let live kind of guy.
You didn't even think to call the police?
Asked and answered, Your Honor.
Move on, Ms. Williamson.
Nothing further at this time.
Yes, Antonio Vega was a patient of mine.
And why was he seeing you?
That's confidential.
Fortunately, the employment record on Antonio Vega is a matter of public record. He was seeing you for something called anger management. Now, isn't that a nice way of saying the man had a hard time controlling his temper?
There were certain episodes...
Like when he beat suspects half to death.
Objection.
Tone it down, Mr. Colson.
Yes, I told Mr. Vega that he had to have some sessions with the police psychologist.
Otherwise, you would fire him right then and there for using excessive force. Isn't that right? I'll take that as a yes. There came a time eventually, however, when you had to dismiss Detective Vega anyway. Isn't that right?
Yes, but look, Antonio was a good cop.
A good cop with a very bad temper? I'll also take that as a yes.
In fact, Detective Vega acted in an extremely heroic fashion many times. Isn't that correct, Commissioner?
Absolutely.
Thank you, Commissioner. We appreciate your setting the record straight.
Your Honor, I have one final witness to call. The Commonwealth calls Jessica Buchanan to the stand.
Antonio Vega is a very good man. I've known him ever since...
Well, if he's so good, how come you cut off all relations with him rather recently, as a matter of fact?
Well, we broke up. It was only for a little while, though.
Because?
I was feeling insecure about some things.
Things?
Antonio can be, very intense sometimes.
By intense, do you mean violent? Are we talking about rage here?
No, you see, when things get difficult for Antonio or when he gets angry, Okay, he has a temper, but, he would never hurt me or anybody else that he loves.
Oh. So I guess it's safe to say that, he didn't love Carrie Reynolds.
Excuse me, Mr. Colson, you weren't there. You didn't see Carrie was running around pulling all of these stunts, and she was scary.
Oh, okay, so you're saying that, Carrie Reynolds was scary, but Antonia Vega wasn't. Is that your testimony? Withdrawn. Miss Buchanan, did Mr. Vega feel you needed to be protected from Carrie Reynolds?
Protected,
Oh, well, that's the way you felt about Mitch Lawrence, wasn't it? That you needed to be protected?
Yeah, but...
Against the man he nearly murdered with his own hands?
That was different.
Did he ever threaten Carrie Reynolds?
Of course not.
You're under oath, Miss Buchanan. I take you back to a day shortly after Labor Day. A day when your kitten got loose from its carrying case at the Landview Country Club. Did you or did you not hear Antonio Vega threaten Carrie Reynolds?
Yeah, but...
yes or no, Miss Buchanan? Did he threaten her? Did he slam the table while yelling at her? Did it take several men to get him to back off? Did some people feel security had to be called because he was way out of control? Yes or no?
Yes.
Thank you. No further questions, Your Honor.
We'll take a short recess.
All rise.
I heard you went out of your way to testify against my brother.
Me? Don't you know who buried your brother? Try Jessica Buchanan.
You gotta let it go. You told the truth. It's on record now. The DA can't hurt you anymore.
But
I'm gonna have my day in court.
We can counter all the testimony. This isn't over.
When the defendant's own girlfriend was forced to admit that he was violent and out of control, threatening Carrie Reynolds, the judge had no choice but to issue the ruling that you did. Therefore, the Commonwealth will be trying Antonio Vega for first-degree murder. We have an open and shut case. Carrie Reynolds was afraid of Antonio Vega. She planned to flee to escape his violent temper, but he caught up with her before she had the chance, and her life was snuffed out by the father of her child, Antonio Vega. Because of the nature of the crime, the cold-blooded ruthlessness in which it was carried out, I'm going to ask that Antonio Vega receive the penalty of death by lethal injection.
It is more powerful than anything, even if evil sometimes doesn't get punished.